Welcome to body sculpting this morning. All you need is a mat, a little pillow. This is my pillow, but any kind of couch pillow or bed pillow will work. Just something small. We're just going to use it for a couple moves today. So we're going to start standing nice and tall. Do some big shoulder rolls up, back, and down. And I want you to think about opening those shoulders right to left and lifting the chest up nice and tall. Big inhales up, exhale down. And now let's start some feet. So bend the knees. Maybe just start by picking up the heels. Maybe you take it into a little march. We're going to start getting that heart rate up. Big inhales up, exhales down. So as we're moving, we're thinking about circling those shoulders. Big circles. Bring them up, squeeze them back, drop them down. Go ahead, keep going. I'm going to start my clock here. A lot of what we do today is going to be every minute on the minute. Big inhales. Exhales. Good. Now let's start swinging the arms. So I want you to start with fingers heavy to the floor, and we're going in that front to back pattern. So just keeping the feet moving. Think about the fingers reaching for the floor. Chest is up, nice and tall. Let's keep going here. Nice heavy hands. Think about those arms just hanging out of those shoulder sockets. Good. And let's roll, park the shoulders, and bend the elbows. Let's get those knees up a little bit higher. So let's start our step. Maybe a little bit more bounce to it. Maybe it's a little bit faster. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Knees to the front. Let's take those knees out to the side. Getting that heart rate up. Just in place here. Make sure we're not punching the shoulders up like this. Shoulders are down and open. Chest is up. Good. And then let's go to the outside and get those arms way up overhead. Can't see me fully in the screen, but my hands way over my head. Knees out to the side and up. Big reach. I want to open up those hips. Good. As long as you can through the side. Bouncing on one leg, moving the other. Good. Bring it back to little steps. Let's do 4 more rolls. 4, 3, 2, and last one, we're going to step it out to squat. So a little mini squat, press, pivot, reach up and across. So I'm going to start that reach way up high for the ceiling, and I'm pivoting out of that back foot. So I'm getting some rotation here. Rotation, but pulling that belly button into the spine, getting some lengthening through the side of the body. Now take that reach across the body, shoulder height. Still pulling the belly button in and reaching away. Good. Just keep that pivot in that back foot. Remember, we're squishing above with that back foot, reaching across. Now, slowly get your feet out a little bit wider. If you're not wider than your hips, bring them out there now. Now what we're going to go is one knee to the other. We're going to work into a lateral lunge. So in our lateral lunge, one leg is straight, the other knee is bent. We're getting a nice stretch through those inner thighs. So make sure you're dropping your hips here to get down lower. We're not rounding the back. Okay, so start at the knees, maybe take it down to the shins. Maybe take it all the way to the shoes. Stay within your range. Remember to get lower. It's hips to heels, not head and chest down. Good, let's just do a few more each side here. 1, 2, 3. Let's roll it up. Have our feet still outside our hips. Hands come out to match. Then we go in and out. All right, so a couple things here. We're squeezing the shoulder blades in the back. And as we do that, rotate your palms up to the ceiling. Higher than that lower body, we're kicking the heel across. And I'm keeping my knee under my hip here. I'm working on flexion of the knee, not flexion of the hip. Really think about kicking up and across. Good. 10 more seconds here. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good, and this is where you can grab that little pillow. This little preview to move we'll do later in the class. You're going to reach forward, tap back, pull through. want you to imagine if your pillow was a plank of wood, boom, you're gonna break it right in half. So drive that knee up, drive the hands down, find balance on your standing leg. Good, let's do a few more this side. Then we're gonna swoosh those legs. Good, okay, so that leg that was moving is now your standing leg, the other one reaches back and through. Good, so just warming up the movement pattern here. We'll go a little bit more in depth to this later. Right now, I just want you to get used to the movement pattern here. Let's just do a few more. Good, okay, you can put that pillow down, and we're gonna come into just a forward fold hamstring stretch, hands right down the middle, and then over to one side, over to the other side, and back to the middle. Heel toe your feet in, find your squat stance, and we're gonna lower the hips, bring up the head and shoulders, hands together. Big inhale on the up, exhale, forward fold. Again, drop the hips, palms together, inhale up, exhale down, hips drop, head up, palms together. We're gonna do 4 more. Test your range here. How low can you go into that little frog squat? 3 more. Remember, you're pushing the floor away as you come up. Really using your feet, push to the floor. Good, let's do 1 more. Forward fold, hips drop, head up. Inhale up, exhale, collect your hands behind. So now we're gonna go into a little hip hinge. My feet right in line with the shoulders. Knees are a little soft. Hands clenched together, shoulder blades squeeze. Now I'm gonna hinge. Then I'm gonna stand up tall. Hinge. Stand up tall, so does my chest. Always facing forward. Right? If I had that headlight, it's still pointing forward. It's not shining on the floor. And remember to push the floor away as you stand up. Engaging those glutes. Getting a nice stretch through the hamstrings. Well, let's do a few more here. Keep that core nice and long and strong. Good, 2 more. And good, let's reach up overhead, grab one arm, pull it up and over. And maybe send that same hip out and forward just a little bit. Let's take 3 breaths here. And switch up and over. And come back to the center, reach up high, maybe a little bit back, don't force it. Think about lengthening as you lean back, and then exhale. Find your squat stance 1 more time. We're gonna go full squat down, press up and over. Good. Just 30 seconds here, hips back, and to the heels, and then press up, squeezing the glutes, pressing the hips forward, reaching up high. Those arms stay nice and long. Good, push the floor away. Stand up tall, squeeze those glutes at the top. Good, let's do 10 more seconds. And then we'll be finished with our warm up. And good stuff. All right, finish with our warm up. Go ahead and get a quick drink. I'm gonna take this shirt that is too warm off. What we're gonna come now is onto the floor. All right, so make your way to your mat. We're gonna be all on the floor for our muscle activation series, and we always do this after our warm up. Remember, the goal is to make sure, especially those core muscles, and I mean anything between the shoulders all the way through the glutes, is active and ready to work. So we're gonna come down On our back, knees bent, feet flat. We're gonna find that dead bug position, all right? We're gonna come into double dead bug. But before we do that, big inhale, exhale, pull the belly button in, connect the ribs and the hips. So I want activity here before you pick up the knees. So pick up one, then the other, crisscross the arms so you're working against the opposite side. Inhale, exhale, drop the shoulders, press against and hold. So this is the isometric hold here. We're gonna hold it for 3 breaths. And I want you to think of your left hand right now and your right leg. They should be touching each other. And those are gonna travel while the other side stays still. Ready? And go. Out and in. Out and in. And again, we're thinking length. How long can you get that leg and arm out from your core? But there's no movement in the core here. It's nice and strong and stable. Good, let's do 5 more on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to our double dead bug, both sides active. Now we're gonna switch it, so it's gonna be my right hand and my left leg. Ready, set, and go. Out to in. Lengthen. Don't move through the core. Keep everything active. Good. You can challenge yourself by dropping that leg a little bit lower. Good. Let's do 5 more this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring both feet back to the floor, knees bent. Arms are out, palms are open. We're gonna go into our glute bridge. So with our glute bridge, heels tucked in, toes pulled up if you can do it. Pull the belly button into the spine, dig through those heels. Come to our bridge, squeeze at the top, and come back down. Good. So as we're going up and down here, think about the knees staying in line with the hips. You can even use your little pillow here to squeeze that pillow as you come up into your bridge. And back down. Nice and slow. We really want to focus on the muscles of the glutes working. So before we bridge up, we're going to pull the belly button in. Take those hips into a little posterior tilt. Dig through the heels. And lift. Good. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring both knees into your chest. We're going to rock up and we're going to flip over, doing a little cat-cow. So in cat-cow, hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, toes tucked, head forward, tailbone back, nice and long to the spine. And then we let the belly go and we lift the chest, looking up. And then we exhale. Push the floor away, round the back, and then come back to neutral. So in all 3 positions, I want you to think about lengthening through the spine. From the top of the head, all the way through the tailbone, and find that length in all 3 positions. Good, we're gonna go through this cycle 3 more times. Cow, push away to cat, really round the spine. And then neutral. Cow, cat, push away, and then neutral. And 1 more. Cow, and cat, and neutral. And from this neutral position, toes tucked, head forward, belly button pulled in tight. We're gonna come up and hold in our hover. So knees are just about 2 inches up off the floor, belly button pulled to the spine. That back is perfectly flat. We're gonna hold here for 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the tailbone up. Find down dog. Now in down dog, we're gonna pump the heels. All right, so do those little heel pumps, really pulling the tailbone up to the ceiling, pushing the heels down to the floor. Good, coming back to all 4s. Find your neutral spine. We go into our hover again for 15 seconds. Ready? And go. Up and hover. Still holding the breath. Isometric hold. You got it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to down dog. Pump the heels. Good. Come back down. Neutral spine. We have to do 2 more. 15-second hold. Here we go. 15-second in our hover. Tailbone going back. Head going forward. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Down dog. Pump the heels. Good. Come down all fours. We go through it one more time. 15-second hold. Ready, set, and go. Up. Inhales, exhales. Head forward, shoulders down. Keep going. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Find down dog. Pump the heels. 5 on each side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down to all fours. Come to a tall kneel. Take 1 foot forward. We're going to find our runner's lunge here. So hands inside the front foot. Tuck that back toe. Pick up the back heel. And we rock a little front to back. Yes, you can also do this with this knee down. Okay, but I want you to really keep that back glute squeezed. You get that nice stretch in the front hip flexor. Now, take that rock a little side to side. Inhales and exhales. Good. Now, if your knee is up, put it down. Put your hand inside the foot. Now, open up towards that front knee. Reach up high and back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Come back to a tall kneel. Switch sides. Okay? Hands down inside that front foot. Tuck the back toe. Pick it up if you can. Using that back glute. Rock a little front to back. Rock a little side to side. Go ahead and then bring that back knee down, hands inside the front foot, and we rotate open to that front leg side. Inhale up, exhale down. 3 more, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Good. On all fours, come to tall kneel, take a little break, get some water. Next set is legs. We're going to start in a standing position. We are going to use that little pillow. So make sure you have that nearby. And also, I said wall in the email, as if you have a wall, you might want to use it here just for a little balancing, because we're going to do some leg swings. So if you're feeling too wobbly, feel free to go over to your wall and use that, okay? So what we're going to do for 30 seconds, we're going to swing our right leg, and it's going to go from in to out, okay? So we're here just doing these nice, easy swings. If you're not using a wall, use your arms to help balance you, all right? So tough to do this without any kind of arm movement. Find what works. You might lose balance here and there, but that's okay. Just touch down, adjust, and restart. All right, so we're doing these side leg swings. Now we're going to bring that leg out that we're swinging out to the side. We're going to go lateral lunge, stand tall. Lateral lunge, stand tall. So that leg we were swinging, we're now landing in it, pushing away, coming back to center. Good, and then our lateral lunge. Remember, we did this in our warm-up. To get lower, the hips go lower to the heels. Good. Keep going. We're doing this for 30 seconds too, and you have 10 left. Good. Out. Press up, squeeze in. Good. Out. Press up, squeeze in. And out. Press up, squeeze in. Let's go to the other side. Swinging. Okay, yes, one side will probably feel a little more unstable than the other. Find your balance. Doesn't have to be a huge swing. You just want to go across the body a little bit and up. Good, so this leg that we're swinging, that's going to be the leg we land in and the leg we push off of. Leg we land in, leg we push off of. Keep going. Lateral lunge. Step out, push away, stand tall. Step out, push away, stand tall. Out, push away, stand tall. Keep going, 10 seconds. Good. Good, all right, so next up, I'm gonna turn this way so you can see a little bit better. Back to my first leg. You do swings, but these are front to back swings, right? And again, you can do this on a wall. If you're not using the wall, make sure you're using those arms for counterbalance. 10 more seconds here. And then you can probably guess what this leg's gonna do, right? We're gonna swing it back, and we're gonna find a static reverse lunge. Stack yourself, down and up. The depth of that lunge, completely your call. It could be little mini ones, could be full, but keep yourself in that stacked position, down and up. Good, 10 more seconds. Two more. Good, standing tall. I'm gonna turn this way so you can see. Swinging my other leg, front to back. 30 seconds. And as you swing, think about those swings, think about standing tall as you swing. Wow, balance is off on this side. Good. Use that core, stand tall. 10 more seconds. Good, now bring that leg back. Find static lunge on this side. Down and up. Good, down and up. Staying stacked, ears, shoulders over hips. Dropping, pressing up through that front leg. Good. We have 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now come back to your center. We switch from lunges to squats. We already did this a little bit in our warm-up. Down and up. Down and up. And I'm going to turn this way so you can see my back is nice and flat. Dropping the hips go down, they go back and down. Pressing the floor way to come up. Squeezing those glutes tight at the top. Keep going. Pick your own pace here. 30 more seconds. If you want to up it a little bit, you can go here. Little hop. You want to take that intensity up for that second 30 seconds. Make sure you're dropping into that squat. 15 seconds. Keep going. 10 seconds. Down and up. Good stuff. This is where we use our pillow to finish out. All right, so remember we did Reach forward, touch back, drive in, okay? So start there, but then see if you can get longer from your pillow to that back heel. You come through with more power, driving through. 15 seconds, this side, keep going. 5 seconds, drive it down, drive up, switch, good stuff. Other side, reach out, reach back, stand tall. Reach out, reach back, stand tall. That's what I want. You have it, you can take it longer, and more powerful. Boom, boom. Drive through that standing glute. Drive it forward. Keep going. 20 seconds. Stand tall. Drive that hip through. Hip through. Hip through. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. All right. Take a little break, a little water break. We're going to be on the floor next. And the whole set, we will be down there on the floor. Good stuff. We're about 27 minutes in, about 13 to go. We've worked the legs. Now we're going to focus on our upper body. So coming down to the floor, push-ups. So your choice on these push-ups, from the knees or from the toes. But when you come into your push-up, I'm going to show you this way. Don't want you here, right? Want those elbows in a little V shape. So if your body was a letter, it'd look like kind of a W instead of this, right? So we're here. Keep those elbows a little bit closer to the body. So come down, 1 minute, core straight, down, and up. So anytime you need a break here, you can take it. Make sure that belly button's pulled into the spine. Shoulder blades come together. And then they press away. You have wrist problems, you can try to feel on your knuckles. A little bit more challenging, but it keeps those wrists in a flat position. Good. Keep going. Keep that belly button pulled in. Glutes are tight in the push-up all the time. Don't let the glutes go. Keep them tight. We've got 5 seconds. Let's do 2 more. Good. Push out of your push-ups. And we're going to come on to all fours. So palms up as preferred. If you need to, you can rotate those palms down. We're going to go into donkey kicks. Make sure belly button's pulled in here. And we're going to kick straight back. Okay, so I'm not going as much for height as I am length. Extend back, pull in. Good. Keep going. Really firing that glute to get the leg out. You don't want to feel this in the back. Good, 10 more seconds on this side. Extend back. And switch, other leg. Go straight back. This is uncomfortable. You can come to all fours. Find what works for you. It's your workout. Can't say there's enough. It's your workout. Give your body what it needs. Good. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Still on our mat, we're gonna flip over, knees bent, and we're gonna find that crab position. So hands underneath the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, and we come up. So you have some options here. You can just hold this crab position, or you can do little tricep dips. So you can focus on the hip. You can do hip and elbow, or you can just hold the top. I do a variation. We're 20 seconds left. Ten seconds left. And come on down. Good. We're on our back. For some core, we're going to come down. I want you to take your hands. Remember, we're going to make that little diamond shape where we take your thumb and forefinger. And right in that diamond shape is where you're going to put your tailbone. Hands are going to be spread wide on the mat. Going to bring those legs up. Now bend them to 90 degrees. Okay, this is starting. If you want to increase it, you can. We're going to drop, heel to floor, and back up. Heel to floor, and back up. So the key to this is to not let that low back pull away or pull off of your thumbs, right? Your thumb should be right in that low back. So if you're doing this okay, you can make it a little harder by lengthening the legs, increasing the lever length, right? It's always going to make things a little bit harder, but make sure if you're lengthening the legs, your low back is not compensating by pulling away from your thumbs. Keep going. We've got 10 seconds left. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees to your chest. Give them a little hug. Then we're going to bring our hands right behind our ears. You can interlace them if you want to, but try not to pull on the head too much. We're going to do a little bicycle crunch here. So reach out, turn. Doesn't have to be fast. I am a big supporter of slower with better form than faster and use momentum. Good, 30 seconds. Stay with these bicycle crunches. And that's my little beep beep. We're down to the last few minutes here. Keep working hard. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Knees into your chest. Rock up, flip over. We are going to find plank. Now, lots of options for your plank. You can do high plank. You can do forearm plank. You can do it from the toes. You can do it from the knees. We are going to go for 1 minute. So 1 minute timer. You do the plank of your choice. Adjust when you need to. Ready? And go. Hips down, head forward. Remember, we don't want the shoulders and the ears here. So keep them down. Keep that belly button pulled up to the spine. Glutes tight. Quads tight. Holding everything in. Keep going. That's 30 seconds. If you want to adjust to a new plank, go for it. Hold. Long, straight body. Remember, this is where we finish. 15 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming down to the knees, into our tall kneel. Find a half kneel here and come forward. So we're going to press hip forward, and we're going to take the arm of the leg that's down, and take it up and a little bit over the side. Still pressing the hip forward. Hold here for 3 breaths. Now we're going to shift back, heel away, toe pull back. We're going to hinge at the hip here. You bring your hands onto the leg or all the way down to the floor. 3 breaths. Good. Now we're just going to turn. So that leg that extended is going to stay out to the side. You're going to turn that foot flat. Hands come down in front. Now we're doing those little quad rockers. So my right leg is out. I'm sending my left hip to my left heel and getting that nice stretch all the way through that right inner thigh. Good, 2 more. Good, and let's switch it. All right, so make sure you put the other knee down. Tailbone's tucked, come forward. That arm comes up, reaches over the top. So make sure the hip is pressing forward as you're reaching up and over. Getting that stretch all the way through that side. Good, and rock back, heel down, toe up, hinge at the hip. Good, and then we're gonna turn. That extended leg stays out, straight out from the hip. Bottom of the foot on the floor, hands come forward. Now I'm rocking right hip to right heel. Let's do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming down, all the way down. And we're going to do a little hip stretch here. So hugging one leg into your body, hugging it tight, sit up tall. I want you to squeeze that knee in at the same time you sit tall. Then if you have it, only if you can maintain that tall spine, you're going to turn and look towards the hip of the knee that you're holding. Now, if you have to collapse down to turn, don't turn. Stay tall. And just add a little rotation here in that thoracic spine as you hug that knee in, getting a nice stretch out here. Big inhales and exhales. Good, and switch. Okay. Hug that knee in tight, sit up tall. Add that rotation. Slow down the breath here. Good, and we finish up in a seated position. Make sure you're finding those sit bones, sit right on top. Pull the heels in, toes up if you can. If not, flat is okay. Gonna wrap up those knees. So hold on to those shins. Drop the shoulders and lengthen up to the ceiling. Big inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale now. Inhale, fill the lungs. And on the exhale, tuck the chin, scoop the belly, round away from the thighs. Make your back a little C here. Go ahead and look at that belly button as you pull it in. Feel that stretch in the back of the shoulders. And then on the next exhale, and then inhale, roll back up. Think about restacking blocks, one on top of the other. Head comes up last, shoulders dropped. Sitting tall. And we're done.